All right, here we go. Libby's gonna laugh when she sees this, but that's okay. It's typical Jake fashion. So, the first place that we met, I think, was in the back of one of our buddies' trucks, Cordell, to go snowmobiling. And the first time we met, I was on FaceTime with another girl, and we still went snowmobiling, and all was fun, and it was well. So, that was good. I had to do a little bit of digging for this one. So I went back through my text messages, and Libby was the first one to say, I love you first in a text message. And then we just kind of started saying it after that. So I didn't say it first, she did. How about that? I think our first trip together was when we went camping. I think it was on Memorial Day weekend. But we went camping. We drug a trailer up there with a bunch of tents and all sorts of good stuff. And we went camping and froze our butts off. But that was a pretty good trip. We went up there with a couple of buddies and froze our butts off and had a good time. So that was our first trip together. Okay, when did you know you wanted to marry Libby? Well, it actually came a couple weeks after we met. I think we had been at Kiwi Loco, and it was late at night, and I lived at the Cedars. She lived at North Point. So I started walking home, but then someone suggested that I walk Libby home. I can't believe I didn't think of that in hindsight. But I turned around, I went back and grabbed Libby and I walked her home to North Point, and then I dropped her off at her apartment. And then on the walk back to my apartment, I thought to myself, she seems like she's got some wifey material on her, and I could absolutely see marrying her in the future. Now, obviously, this was a long time ago, and I had a mission that I was going to serve after this, and we were going to date for 9 months, and then I'll serve a mission. So it happened relatively early on, but the possibility was there, and from what I had seen of her and what I knew of her, I just knew that she had some good qualities and attributes that I wanted in the future. So it just happened to me late one night after I walked her home, and I was walking back to my apartment by myself. What am I most excited about when it comes to spending time with Libby? Oh, that's a good question. She's pretty adventurous, which is good. So I'm always excited to see what she can figure out and what she can cook up. That, and she has done some crazy things, and that's kind of entertaining when she does crazy things. So that's probably what I'm most excited for, is just to see what we can get into and trouble we can find, I guess. So that should be a lot of fun. What was your favorite date that you went on with Libby? Oh, I gotta think long and hard for this one. I gotta think a couple years ago, and we haven't done anything too crazy since I've been back with school and work. But what comes to mind is when I took her boating this summer before I left on my mission. We loaded up our boat and some crawfish traps, and I even think I had Jarrett and Genesee, my younger siblings, with me too. But we loaded up and we went for boating. We had a good time and played in the water at Ryrie Reservoir, and it was a lot of fun. She seemed to enjoy boating and trying to drown me in the process. There's a picture of her shoving me down into the water while we're just out swimming. So she enjoyed drowning me and riding on a boat during the summertime. So I think that was probably the best one so far, but there's going to be better ones for sure. Stay tuned. What is Libby's... What do you think Libby's favorite thing about you is? I have to say it's probably my really big personality. I'm a funny guy, and I got a lot of spunk to me sometimes. So I think she likes my personality the most, and probably that I'm really tall too. And I don't have any money, so sucks to be her. What is my favorite thing about Libby? I think it's gonna have to be her real big personality too, actually. She's pretty spunky and she likes to get her done. So I admire her work ethic and how hard she works. And when she has a goal, she is anxious to achieve it. That she's got a nice butt too, so. And she looks good. Bonus question. Which one of us would survive a zombie apocalypse? Definitely me. Libby is, yeah, Libby's in trouble. You see my countdown I did there? That was counting down to let you know that Libby would be in trouble. Yeah, she's screwed. That's why she's marrying me, by the way. Okay, end of the vlog. Libby actually just dropped me off at my apartment complex because I'm a deadbeat and I don't have a vehicle at the moment because it's in the shop and it's actually at her house. So I'm just walking back to the apartment and it's like super late at night and I told her I was going to bed, but there's no sleep for the wicked. So you can sleep when you're dead, and I hope you're having such a good time because I'm having a good time. So, all right, love you. Bye.